Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, you can already see at the start of the beginning, Drew just one-shotted Wuyou. Right, so let me break down for you what is happening or why Drew is able to actually one-shot Wuyou, and what is the difference between the previous video, the Chloe Cleave team that able to cleave Wuyou. What is the difference, like who is better, which team is better, or why we are using Drew now. So I actually forgotten Drew because I actually forgotten most of the rare Esper. I remember some of them are useful, like Hall, like Anki Chai. All this Esper is good, but I totally forgot Drew is able to ignore defense. Alright, so okay, so let me go back to the Chloe Cleave team first. So the reason why Chloe Cleave team is able to able to cleave Wuyou team is not because Chloe is able to ignore defense. It's Chloe is able to get a lot of damage buff increase and able to make her DPS high enough to able to cleave through the tankiness defense. But because Chloe doesn't have ignore defense, so we are actually relying on Xuanpin to provide the what's that called, the cannon buff, right? If it's not mistaken. Yeah, you need Champion to provide the cannon buff for Chloe to actually cleave them, right? But here's the thing. So the previous video, Chloe cleaved them. A lot of player, or maybe some player doesn't have Champion, then they are not able to play that. So today is another option. So Drew team. So this Drew team here, let's take a look at this S3. Attack one enemy, damage 260%. Then he will launch an additional on one random enemy upon killing the target. So this damage here is only 150%, but it's a total ignore defense. So which means like a Wuyou team there, when you totally ignore the defense, then you are instantly attacking the Wuyu's HP. So if you take a look at Wuyu's base HP, like let's take my Wuyou as an example. So my Wuyou here is a R1 Wuyou with D6. So you look at it, I have a very high defense, but my HP is only 25k, which means if you actually ignore my defense, I'm a very squishy Esper because I only have 25k HP. Cause if you compare 25k HP, you compare with my Iki. My Iki is 21k or 22k, and this is a D3 one. So when my Wuyou is already this high divinate with this high of equipment, when I don't have any defense, I'm only a squishy Esper. Okay, so for Drew to actually trigger the ignore defense, there's only one condition, which is you have to kill one enemy first. The first damage here doesn't ignore any defense, but the upcoming random enemy here is able to totally ignore their defense and then hit 150%. Okay, so you're gonna need a lot of some other Esper to provide him like passive damage or passive buff, so you can able to do this. Like the resonance wise doesn't really benefit him anything. Like of course the stats is good, but I mean like the effect here, when enemy is killed, speed plus 20, heals upon killing an enemy, this doesn't really matter too much for a Drew to make him workable. Right, so let me show you his equipment from the showcase and how he built his team. Okay, so this is his Drew. So he's going for a war set and a light set. War set and light set. I don't know why he's not going for thunder set. I think thunder set will benefit more, but he's going for war set and light set. And then D6, this rare D6, probably everyone could have it, but he make it until level 29. And then it's a 100% crit rate Drew, low speed, very high attack, 4100, and pretty decent crit damage. If you go for thunder set, I think you'll lower down your attack, but you have more crit damage. So nothing too fancy here, but the reason why you are going for light set or not crit set is because he's at point wars 19. Then point war 19 have a lot of Yuhime already, and the only way to actually counter back Yuhime hamstrung is through light set. So light set is a must for him, but I think the war set here can change into thunder set if you want. Okay, then he also using a R4 Suje here. It's not an R6 one, so you guys can actually build this team because it's not an R6 mandatory. Because if I have to make this showcase, then I believe some player will say that I'm using an R6 Suje, so it's an R6 Suje showcase. But this is a very good example because this is from a point 119 player. He's a free-to-play player, and then he have an R4 Suje. He's going for a pretty high speed Suje, high max crit rate, high crit damage, and high attack. So it's going for thunder and light set. As usual, the light set is to counter Yuhime's hamstrung. So Suje here is just to provide some extra true damage as from the passive, and then because this Drew here is only able to kill 3 targets, the first target and then random 2 targets. So after that, you still need someone to actually kill the remaining 2. So let's say you're very unlucky, you are able to one-shot 3 Esper, but you didn't hit Wuyou. So kinda you still need the Suje true damage here to finish up if you miss Wuyou. And then Ethan here just need R2 cost to instantly apply the buff for everyone for increase the crit rate, increase the crit damage, and also the speed. So I think the build here just build whatever you want for Ethan, but he build for stun set is just making the Ethan to be a control Esper, and also light set to counter Yuhimi's hamstruck. Okay, then he is also using Petros. The reason why he's using Petros is because he don't want to face the RNG of the Mavis team, or when enemy have Suje, you want Drew to actually able to instant kill it. So he's using Petros. But if you don't have Petros, he also recommend some replacement is like Biotina, because for the attack lead, let's say like Chu Yao for the speed lead, this kind of thing. But of course, then it will be a little bit more RNG, because if you don't have Petros, then you are not able to counter the Suje passive. Okay, then the next one is Abigail is a must. It's a must because you need the Abigail's AP push. You need Abigail to instantly provide the attack up buff and also the crit damage up buff for Drew, to ensure Drew the first S3 is able to kill at least one target, then will bounce to 2 random enemy. Okay, so Abigail here doesn't need to be R2, but R2 will make easier life for Drew. So let's say you already finished the 3 target, then your Abigail S2 reset the Drew's S3, then S3 then he can nuke it again. So Abigail here needs to build very fast, so he's going for light set, and then 2 random piece set here is because he just want Abigail to ensure Abigail is able to take the first action, because if this team here get outspeed, then basically you're lost. Alright, especially when because most of the showcase is using Petros as a leader for the attack up buff. So if you're fighting like a speed team, right, and then most probably you're gonna lose because you need to outspeed them. So let me show you a few showcase provided by him. Alright, so let's take a look at this one here. So enemy is a Point War 18 player. So this is a pretty relatable tier, I think, comparing to mine, because if my showcase will be like Point War 22 or 24, somewhere there. Alright, so let's take a look here. So enemy here you can see is a Yuhime plus Yamato, Wuyou, Sakura defender team, and then there's a random army here. I think the army here is to counter the enemy Jinchu. Then the team here he's using is Petros plus Drew plus Abigail, Ethan, and Suje. Okay, so 3 of them is going for light set. Petros doesn't matter because Petros won't get affected by Yuhime because of his passive. Then Abigail here will just AP push Drew. Alright, so Abigail AP push Drew. So then it triggers, because of the AP push, it triggers Yuhime hamstruck. It will apply hamstruck on Abigail, but it doesn't matter because Abigail's job here, the only one job here, is to AP push Drew and apply the attack up buff and crit damage up buff for Drew. Right, then after that, Drew will you have to target. This one is a manual comp, it's not auto comp. So you have to target the Esper that you think is the squishiest among the enemy team. So within these 5 Esper here, the most squishiest one is gonna be Yuhime, right? So S3 instantly hit Yuhime, then it will trigger the random Esper ignore defense thing. So when you kill Yuhime, then it will slash through the other 2 Esper here, and you can see the damage here is totally overkill already. 85k crit, meanwhile, when you totally ignore Wuyu's defense, is actually, Wuyou is only like 20 to 30k HP, so it's totally overkill. And not to mention that you have the true damage, you can see here, it also apply from Suje's passive. So if the random 2 hit here accidentally or randomly hit the other Esper, is not Wuyou, then that's the part comes for Petros to come in action, and also Suje to come in action here to do some extra true damage and extra damage to finish the remaining of the team here. Alright, so let me show you another showcase by him as well. Alright, so this time here, the enemy here also Yuhime team plus Yamato, Sakura, Wuyou. This is very typical, but this time it's not army, it's a Suje at the enemy side. So same thing, he's going to use S3 AP push to Drew, and then enemy Yuhime hamstruck. Then after that, S3 it hits on Suje. then it hit the random 2 target here. So maybe you're asking like why Sujie doesn't revive herself. So maybe I'm thinking that the enemy Sujie is not like a high resolution Sujie. That's why you can instantly kill Sujie and then it randomly hit another 2 target. But the problem comes is, so now remains Wuyou and Yamato. How is he gonna able to kill Wuyou here? But you keep note, you have Sujie here to do the extra true damage. Right, so every damage you deal will have the extra true damage from Sujie, so it doesn't really matter for that part. Alright, so this is another one with a Donner one. So same thing, AP push to Drew. Drew will just finish up them, slice them, and then left the remaining of the 2, and then you just try to finish it. Then maybe you ask like, what if I don't have Petros, right? So if without Petros, are you still able to play? Yes, because I asked for that, and he provided me some different comp. So this one here is the Biotina one. So the reason why he's using Biotina here is for the 40% attack leader buff. So you want to ensure Drew have as high attack as possible, and this team that he picked is not Yuhime speed lead, because if Yuhime is at the speed leader, most probably you get outspeed because you don't have speed leader. So if you are using a Biotina as a attack leader, then you have to only target the Wuyou team that is not using Yuhime as a speed lead. Okay, so same thing, Abigail push Drew, then Drew will just one-shot them. See? Very easy. Then just remain Wuyou and Momo, then you just finish up the rest will do. And not to mention, Biotina is also a very good target, a good Esper to counter Wuyou, because Biotina ignore defense as well. Okay, then the last one here I'm going to show is the Chuyao speed lead one. So you have Chuyao speed lead, you have Ethan R2 to provide the buff, what's that called, magic tune, and then you have Abigail as a speed set, so probably you're going to take the action as well. Okay, so same thing, push to Drew, then Drew just S3, kill them. Pretty much that's it. So of course it's not as stable as the Chloe one, because Chloe one is more secure to cleave everyone, right? But this one is a little bit RNG, but I think it's still a very good showcase to show that a rare Esper, a 3-star Esper, is actually able to cleave the meta team in our game. Okay, so I'll put his equipment and one more showcase at the back of the video if you want to interested to build this team to play for fun, so you can go for it. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy the video and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.